In this video, we'll talk about understanding limiting beliefs and their significance. A lot of us grow up with the belief that there's a limit to what we can accomplish. Most times, it's the media or the communication we have with our peers, family, or friends that raise and cement these limits in us. As we grow up and become older, some of these limits have become so ingrained in us that we feel it's not in our blood to achieve something magnificent, paint a community mural, or become socially attractive. One thing you should know is that these beliefs are false. The tricky part of all of these is that a part of us is aware that these things are false, but unfortunately, we cannot let go of them because we are hanging on to these limiting beliefs to stay in our comfort zone and just exist with the usual. What are limiting beliefs? Limiting beliefs is not difficult to understand at all. Just as it sounds, these beliefs, notions, or perceived understandings restrict you in certain ways. One can also say that it is a state of belief or mind about who you are that draws you back and prevents you from advancing. These beliefs can seem powerless, but they're very powerful because they can provoke negative results and infiltrate your mind to cause a serious upset when you let them thrive. Here are two examples of limiting beliefs. 1. You've always loved the idea of sharing your wisdom and knowledge with others, but you'll refuse to take any chance to speak to a group because you feel you suck when it comes to inspirational speaking, or you feel people will laugh at the way you articulate your words. This is a limiting belief. 2. You've always loved leadership. You love to manage, guide, and serve. You've always played active roles in things that concern your family at home, but when it comes to stepping up in school to take a leadership role, you always fidget because you feel you may disappoint people, or you may not be able to say the kind of things people would love to hear from a leader. Consequently, you would rather be in your own world, although you love leadership. This is a limiting belief. What makes limiting beliefs very worrisome is that they can affect your mental health negatively, and on top of that, they can also prevent you from enjoying the life experiences you deserve and shield you from fresh opportunities. These beliefs can also trap your mind negatively, and consequently, they can become an obvious obstacle to your greatness in life. Breaking limits. Limiting beliefs are like the chains on slaves, and for you to be free from these negative beliefs, you must break those chains and become a free person. For you to live the life you want and get on with what you've always wanted to do, you must break your limit. If you're perpetually held back by a limiting belief and you cannot do what you've always wanted to do, you must break your limits. Thankfully, breaking limits isn't as hard as you may have thought it would be. You can think of these limits as bad habits that can also be broken. For you to break this bad habit of limits, the first step is to identify and acknowledge that you're experiencing them. And from there, you can start tearing off these limits. What cause limiting beliefs? Have you ever at all thought of why people have limiting beliefs or why you always have limiting beliefs? Well, the truth of the matter is that limiting beliefs aren't caused by just one thing. There are usually different factors that come together and play a role in nurturing these beliefs. Nevertheless, you should know that your brain plays a key role in nurturing these beliefs. How? Why? You see, this brain loves us more than we know, and because it intends to keep us safe from pain in the future, it rolls out these limiting beliefs to keep us in check, to avoid life's heartbreaks. Another factor that causes limiting beliefs is childhood nurture. If as a little child you're equipped with a certain mindset and you grow with this same mindset with no one to guide you and let you know that certain things are possible, you're likely to have your life shaped by this belief. In fact, forming new beliefs can become very Herculean if you have grown with limiting beliefs. You are afraid of what would happen in the future, or there are certain painful experiences you've had that have made you fearful of some encounters. For you to be able to handle your limiting beliefs and prevent them from limiting your life, You must first have a proper comprehension of the thought process behind them by getting to the root of why you have those limiting beliefs. 3 elements that limit your potential. You must not let your comfort zone keep you zoned in and shield you from experiencing great opportunities and cause further limits. For you to become more confident and strong, you must do things daily that are not within your comfort zone. When you keep doing this, you'll get to know your potential and abilities as you get things done. The comfort zone is an attractive obstacle that will limit and prevent you from stepping into your greatness. And the beautiful thing about moving out of your comfort zone is that it will open you up to new success and possibilities. So, what are these 3 things that can prevent you from reaching your potential? Here they are. Rejection. Yes, rejection. Rejection isn't something easy to deal with, and people usually prefer to avoid the pain of having to go through rejection by deciding not to step up to do those audacious tasks, send that mail, or put themselves out there. Rejection can make one feel like one isn't good enough, and as a result, it can breed self-criticism, which can make you lock yourself in and ignore your potential. However, instead of letting rejection run you down, you can channel this criticism to develop yourself to improve and succeed. In the process, you'll keep learning and growing, and no matter how much you're rejected, understand that the rejection doesn't define you, but only helps you get better. When you keep rising every time you fall, you'll eventually succeed one day. Let's be practical now. Imagine that you like writing. So you decided to do something more by submitting your article for publication, but unfortunately, your article was rejected. Now, there are 2 things you could do. You may choose to let that rejection stop you from ever writing, let alone submitting for publishing because the rejection made you feel incompetent. Or you could ride on the criticism to try again and try until you get that yes. Always understand that rejection at certain points of our lives is almost inevitable. But don't worry about it. You'll see positive results and progress when you keep trying. Fear. A lot of people have been held back from living their lives because they're scared. What are they scared of exactly? They're scared of everything and anything that could happen. They're scared of failure. They're scared of being seen as not being good enough. They're scared of the unknown, and the thoughts of the outcome of events tend to paralyze them even before they try. The thing about fear is that when you let it in and give it a comfortable seat in your mind, it will not be shy to bring in its other friends. Only you can emancipate yourself from that fear, and you must learn to push past it if you truly desire to get rid of these limiting beliefs. Some of the simple things you can do are to get yourself surrounded by positive people, use positive self-talk consistently, and say positive affirmations. Feelings of inability. Oftentimes, we believe we can't do something. This feeling is often rooted in our dear brain that wants to protect us from messing up. However, this feeling isn't always true. The thing is, you'll never know how capable you are until you try, and the impossible is pretty much possible. So, what's stopping you from being who you want to be? If it's practice, skills, or certifications, go get it done, but never feel you're not good enough to do what you've always wanted to do, or to take up a lifetime opportunity that just presented itself to you.